Welcome to Mount St. Mary's. We're very happy to read for saluting new readers, and we've really been eagerly anticipating this occasion.
I'm Ruth Avery, second.
My name is Ruth Avery, and I teach second grade, and this is the class.
Hi, my name is Greg Hauser, and I would like to read to you Commander Toad. There are many ships that fly from star to star, but only one is long and green. Only one is flown by Commander Toad. Brave and bright and brave, Commander Toad brings his ship through deep hopper space. This ship is called the Star Wars. Its mission, to find new worlds, to explore new planets, to bring a little bit of Earth out to the alien stars. Commander Toad has a very fine crew. Hopper, Mr. Hop, is his co-pilot. He thinks a lot. His thoughts are full of deep as winter ponds. Lieutenant Lily is in charge of the engine. She knows every rod and dial. Young Jake Skyhopper makes the maps that show where they are going and where they have been. And old Doc Pepper in his grass green wig keeps them healthy as they fly. Many days and many nights go by in space. Sometimes the crew plays games like chess or checkers or leapfrog and tennis. Sometimes they sing songs. Happy Birthday is one of their favorites. And sometimes they get very bored. There is nothing to see outside the ship, a deep, dark space lit only by the faraway stars. At last, the new planet comes into sight. It is a fine place for many tired crew, says brave and bright Commander Toad. The Star Wars hangs over the planet like a great green pickle. Commander Toad and Lieutenant Lily sail down in a little sky skimmer. They will make sure that nothing nasty or mean waits for the crew on this brand new world. Commander Toad leaps out of the skimmer and laughs as he lands. A fine, quiet planet for a picnic. Come join me, Lieutenant Lily. Lily smiles. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Tanner, and I would like to read Six Dinners today. Sid lived at number 1 Aristotle Street. He also lived on number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5, and number 6. Sid lived in 6 houses so that he could have 6 dinners each night. He would slip out of number 1 where he might have had chicken and to number 2 4 fish. On two, number 3, 4 lamb, liver. At number 4, fish again. At number 5, and bacon. At number 6 with beef and kidney soup. Since the neighbors didn't know, did not talk to each other on Aristotle Street. They did not know what Sid was up to. They all believed the cat they felt was theirs, and they're alone. There's alone.
Tim?
Thank you for letting me read.
If you want to know how the story ends.
If you want to know how the story ends, you can check it out in your local library.
Hello, my name is Kenley Planet, and I'm going to read Pooh's Honey Tree. Winnie the Pooh was a bear of little brain, but he had a big loving heart and a big round tummy. Pooh's tummy always looked quite full, but it always felt quite hungry for honey. One day, Pooh went to the cupboard and got out his honey pot. There was nothing left but the sticky part. Suddenly, Pooh heard a buzzing sound. Bzzz. That buzzing sound means something, said Pooh. Something small and funny flew past his ear. Bzzz. Oh, said Pooh, a bee. How it is true that Pooh was not very smart, but one thing he knew, where there are bees, there is honey. So Pooh followed the bee deep into the 100-acre wood. Soon they came to a tall, tall tree, a honey tree. Up, 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 the tree, up, the tree Pooh went. Then crash, a branch broke. Down the tree Pooh fell, down, down, down. Pooh rumbled his sore head. All that he remembered made Pooh think, and the first thing he thought of was Christopher Robin. Pooh picked himself up and set off to find his friend. When Pooh got to Christopher Robin's house, he looked at Christopher Robin's bike. A big blue balloon was tied to it. May I borrow your balloon? Pooh asked Christopher Robin. I need it to get some honey. Christopher Robin gave Pooh the balloon. Here, Pooh, but you can't get honey with a balloon, he said. Oh, yes, I can, said Pooh.
Can I?
Thank you for letting me read this story. If you would like to finish it, check it out at your local library.
My name is Megan Kern, and I'm going to be reading A New Coat for Anna. Winter had come, and Anna needed a new coat. The fuzzy blue coat that she had worn for so many winters was no longer fuzzy, and it was very small. Last winter, Anna's mother had said, "When the war is over, we will be able to buy things again, and I will get you a nice new coat." But when the war ended, the stores remained empty. There still were no coats. There was hardly any food, and no one had any money. Anna's mother wondered how she could get Anna a new coat. Then she had an idea. "Anna, I have no money," she said, "but I still have grandfather's gold watch and some other nice things. Maybe we can use them to get what we need for a new coat. First, we need wool. Tomorrow, we will visit a farmer and see about getting some." The next day, Anna and her mother walked to a nearby farm. "Anna needs a new coat," Anna's mother told the farmer. "I have no money, but I will give you this fine gold watch if you will give me enough wool from your sheep to make a coat." The farmer said, "What a good idea, but you will have to wait until spring when I shear my sheep's winter wool. Then I can trade you their wool for your gold watch." Anna waited for spring to come. Almost every Sunday, she and her mother visited the sheep. She would always ask them, "Is your wool growing?" The sheep would always answer, "Bah!" Then she would feed them nice fresh hay and give them hugs. At Christmas time, Anna brought them paper necklaces and apples and sandcastles.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to
If you want to know the rest of the story, check out the library.
If you want to know the rest of the story, check it out at your local library.
Steve.
My name is Krista, and I am going to be reading Flip. Flip was born. His home was a large farm in Kentucky with miles and miles of split rail fences and big trees. A clear, sparkling stream wound in and out among the green fields. Flip wanted to get out there and play. It wasn't long before his mother was teaching him to walk and then to run. Flip thought this was great fun. Every day that they came to the stream, Flip's mother would jump lightly over it and back again. Flip thought this a beautiful sight and wished that he could do it. He could do plenty of other things. He could kick and he could buck and he could fairly twist himself inside out or run in circles around
his mother, sometimes nipping her and pulling her tail. To get away from these actions, his mother would often jump over the brook to graze. Flip would be left whining on the other side. Oh, if I could only jump as she does, he would sigh. He tried and tried. Sometimes he would run right up to the edge and stop suddenly. Other times he would stop soon enough and would fall in. When he did jump, he always landed in the water instead of on the opposite bank. Because he couldn't jump the stream, it soon became the one thing in the world that he wished to do. One day he tried so hard and so long that he tired himself out and he fell asleep, wishing that he could jump the brook like his mother, perhaps higher and farther. Thank you for listening to me read. I'm going to read the second part of Flip.
My name.
My name is Aaron. As he slept, he dreamed. Suddenly, he felt his shoulders itching. He looked around. He had grown a pair of beautiful silver wings. He was so excited that his knees knocked. His hair stood on end. He thought, with these wings, I can jump over anything I please. That haystack should be easy. It was such a success that he didn't want to stop a minute. On he went over the split rail fences. A little more off, and he was saying hello to the iron horse that told which way the wind was blowing. Flip was sorry for him. He can only run in a circle. He thought, I can fly anywhere. This was the greatest fun he had ever imagined. He wanted only one thing more, that his friends on the farm should see him jumping higher and farther than any horse had ever jumped before. So he swooped down over the barn. Higgly Wolf saw him coming and was so scared that his tail uncurled and stood up straight and stayed that way. Old Scratch and Chick Cackle, seeing on the ground the shadow of a flying horse, thought the world was coming to an end. She fled to the nearest sunflower and gathered her chicks beneath her, but not one of them could keep his eyes from the sky. Swish, the cat jumped on the back of Willie the goat and to get a better view. Thank you for Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to know the ending to this story, check it out at the local library.
My name is Danny, and I will be reading Dogzilla. Dogzilla, starring Flash as the Big Cheese, Rabies as Professor Scarlet O'Hare, special appearance by Dwayne as the soldier guy, and Leia as the monster. This book has been rated EG for extremely goofy. Some material may be too goofy for grown-ups. It was summertime in the city of Mouseopolis, and all mice from all corners of the community had come together to compete in the first and annual barbecue cook-off. As the cook-off got underway, the smoke from the hot grills lifted the irresistible scent of barbecue sauce over the rooftops of the city. A gentle wind carried the mouth-watering smell into the distance right over the top of an ancient crater. Before long, a strange and mysterious sound was heard. All at once, the volcano began to tremble. And suddenly up from the very depths of the earth came the most terrifying creature ever known to mousekind, the dreadful Dogzilla. Dun, dun, dun. Immediately, soldiers were sent out to stop the mighty beast. The heroic troops were led by their brave commanding officer, the Big Cheese. Oh, slow dog, squeaked the Big Cheese. Get those paws in the You're coming with us. Without warning, the monstrous mutt breathed her horrible breath into the mice. What a breath! Screamed the soldiers. Run for your lives! Go, come back here! Shouted the Big Cheese to his troops. Whoa! Man or mouse? Whoa, mouse! They squeaked. Said the Big Cheese. The colossal canine followed the soldiers back to Mouseopolis, looking up all the things to crash. Afterward, Dogzilla wandered through the city streets, doing those things that come naturally to dogs. Dogzilla chased cars right off the freeway. Dogzilla chewed furniture and furniture store as well. Thank you for listening to me read.
If you
want to know how this story ends, this may not be in your local library, but check. If not, you can buy it.
My name is Elliot Gunnison, and today I will be reading Cat Kong. Starring Flash as Professor Vincent Vermin, Rabies as Rose Rodent, Dwayne as Captain Charles Limburger, Blueberry as the monster. This book has been rated T as terribly silly. Some material may be too silly for grown-ups. One dark and curious night, 3 mouse explorers sailed toward a strange uncharted island. Captain Charles Limburger steered a tiny vessel while Dr. Vincent Vermin and his beautiful assistant Rose Rodent looked on. When they reached the island, the 3 explorers were astonished. A group of natives was performing an ancient ceremony, offering a sacrifice can of tuna fish and repeating this mysterious chant. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Suddenly the island began to tremble. Crashing through the thick forest came the most frightening creature ever known to mankind, the mighty Cat Kong. Meowing and hissing furiously, the colossal cat took 3 giant kitty steps. and tripped over the tuna fish can. Flunk. Cat Kong bumped his head on the ground and was knocked out cold. If only we could bring him back to the city with us, said Dr. Vernon. No, replied Rhodey. It would be wrong to take this creature away from its natural habitat just to sacrifice our science curiosity. Forget science, please, Dr. Vernon. Think of the money we could make. Thank you for listening to me today. You can check this book out at your local library. If it's not there, try buying it at a bookstore.
My name is Tess, and I'm going to read I Can Read With My Eyes Shut. I can read in red, I can read in blue, I can read in pickle color too. I can read in red, and in purple, and in brown. I can read in a circle and upside down. I can read with my left eye, I can read with my right. I can read Mississippi with my eyes shut tight. Mississippi, Indianapolis, and Hallelujah too. I can read them with my eyes shut. That is very hard to do. But it's bad for my hat. It makes my eyebrows get red hot. So reading with my eyes shut, I don't do an awful lot. And when I keep them open, I can read with much more speed. You have to be a speedy reader because there's so much to read. You can read about trees and bees and knees. And knees on 3 trees and bees on 3s. You can read about anchors and all about ants. You can read about ankles and crocodiles. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of the story, you can check it out at your local library. Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm going to read the book, My Many Color Days. Some days are yellow, some days are blue. On different days, I'm different too. You'd be surprised how many ways I changed on different color days. On bright red days, how good it feels to be a horse and kick my heels. On other days, I'm other things. On bright blue days, I'm flat my knees. Some days, of course, feel short and of brown, and I feel slow and low down. Then comes a yellow day, and I am a busy, buzzy bee. Gray day, everything is gray. I watch the nothingness. When all of a sudden I'm a circus seal. On my orange days, that's how I feel. Green days, deep in the sea. Cool and quiet, that's me. Purple days, I'm sad. I walk alone, I grow, and I drag my tail. But when my days are happy and pink, it's great to jump and just not think. Then come my black days, mad and loud, I howl, I growl at every cloud. Then comes a mixed-up day, and wham, I don't know who or what I am. But it all turns out all right, you see, and I go back to being me. Thank you for listening to me read. 20, and I'm going to read Moog Moog Space Barber today. On the last day of summer, Elmo, Frank's mother, took him to the barber shop. I want you to look nice for your first day of school, she said. The barber, Mr. Cleek, was a kind old man, but the haircut he gave Alma was not very good. In fact, it was awful. Even Alma's baseball cap couldn't cover the problem. Back home, Alma tried combing his hair in various ways, but it was no use. He couldn't. What the kids at school would say when they saw him. With the help of his cat Leon, he found a stocking cap in one of his dresser drawers. He'd never liked the cap much, even in winter, but now it seemed like the only to his problem. Elmo put the cap on, then sat down on his bed and watched the clock tick away. The rest of his summer vacation, he strayed the next morning, but before Barford Snark would come by to walk with him to school, before Barford was his best friend, but even so, he was sure to make fun of such a silly haircut. Elmo couldn't. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the story, and you can check it out at your local library or buy it at a bookstore.
My name is Elma, and I am going to read Betty Moo. 1-year-old man Winter refused to leave our land, and so our people asked for help from our great friend Yushwaha, known to some as the Sun. He knocked on the door of Winter's lodge, then entered and sat by Winter's cold fire. Leave here or you will freeze, Winter said, but Yushwaha breathed, and the winter grew smaller. Yushwaha waved his hand, and a white owl flew down to carry Winter back to the deep snow of the north. The lodge melted away, and the trees turned green, with new buds, and the birds began to sing. And where the cold fire of winter had been, was a circle of white mayflowers. So it happens each spring when the budding moon comes and the animals wake, and we follow them across our white, beautiful land.
Say thank you
Thank you
for listening to me read.
for listening to me read. Hi, my name is Nathaniel, and I'm going to read Strange Bumps. Al was in bed. It is time to go to bed. Sleep, he said, with a yawn. Then Al saw two bumps under the blanket at the end of his bed. Al was afraid. What can those things, those strange bumps be? Asked Al. Al looked under the blanket. He looked down into the bed. It was dark. Al wanted to go where, but he could not. Those strange bumps might get bigger when I am sleeping, said Al. That would not be nice. Al moved his feet up and down. The bumps moved up and down. Look at those bumps move, said Al. Thank you for listening to me read. You can check this out at your local library.
Hello, my name is Vincent, and I'll be reading The Goat and the Rug. My name is Geraldine, and I live near a place called Window Rock with my Navajo friend Glenn May. It's called Window Rock because it has a big round hole in it that looks like a window open to the sky. Glen May is called Glen May most of the time because it's easier to say than her Indian name, Glenatha, in English. That means something like female warrior. But she's really a Navajo weaver, I guess. That's why one day she decided to weave me into a rug. And I remember it was a warm, sunny afternoon. Glen May had spent most of the morning sharpening a
large pair of scissors. I had no idea what she was going to use them for, but it didn't take me long to find out. Before I knew what was happening, I was on the ground and May was clipping off my wool in great long strands. It's called mohair, really. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to know how this story ends, check it out at your local library. My name is Sean, and I'm going to read to you tamales. Snow drifted through the streets, and snow that it was dusk. Christmas trees glittered in the windows. Maria rolled her nose off the glass and came back to the counter. She was acting grown up now, helping her mother make tamales. Their hands were sticky with masa. That very good, her mother said. Maria Billy needed the masa. She felt warm up wearing her mother's apron. Her mom had egged them, even let her wear lipstick and perfume. If only I could wear Mom's ring, she thought to herself. Maria loved that ring. She loved how it sparkled like their Christmas tree lights. Thank you for listening to me read.
If you want to know.
If you want to know how the story ends, check out the local library. Hi, my name is Johnny, and I'm going to read about our solar system. The solar system is made up of the sun and all the objects that spin around it, from planets and moons to chunks of rock and huge amounts of dust. The word solar means of the sun. The sun is a star that is a massive ball of exploding gases and applies a pulling force called gravity to everything within a range of around 6,000 million kilometers. 3,750 million miles, locking them into orbit around it. The sun is bigger than everything else in the solar system put together. The planets, the largest things that spin around the sun, are the planets. At the moment, scientists know of 9 of them, but there may be more that haven't been discovered yet. They travel around the sun in near circular paths called orbits. The 4 planets closest to the sun are called the inner planets, are small, rocky, and compact. These are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. The outer planets. The planets farther away from the sun are called the outer planets. These are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. They are made of ice, gas, and liquids, and all except Pluto are larger than the inner planets. Thank you for letting me read about the solar system.
Hi, my name is Kevin. I'm going to read No Playing Pets. It's time for a pet, I told my mom last night. She raised up one eyebrow, then said, well, all right. But Mom, I went on, I don't want one that's plain some dumb puff of fluff with a parakeet brain. No, I want a pet that can start conversations and get the attention of some TV stations. A big black gorilla, he wouldn't be rude except sometimes when eating his food. Electric eels are not really so slimy. I wear rubber gloves so that mine couldn't fly me. Flying fish don't just blow bubbles and stare, they flap all their fins and soar off through the air. When the moon is a white lamp and the sky is bright and starry, me and my camel will go on a safari. Our freezer just perfect for penguins galore. 1 ice bath twice daily, then hot tea at 4. Lizards just sun themselves up on the roof. They never bite humans, they don't. I've got proof. A jungle snake hugs you from every direction. It's just a snake's way of showing affection. And don't be surprised if I say hippopotamus. Despite what you are thinking, he won't ask a lot of us. A goat would clean up after me every day. Lego blocks, dirty socks, green clumps of clay. A bat's a good bet. They're so creepy and scary. I'd have to put fangs up to warn the tooth fairy. Most bullfrogs just croak. What a joke. Mine would sing and gurgle and jump through the ring. Or what about a thing that sings lullabies under the bed and moves with 6 legs sticking out of its head? What gobbles cold cereal, rhubarb and rubber, whose one part is skinny and the other part blubber? But Mom, the main thing isn't really what kind. The main thing's I love him as long as he's mine. Thank you for letting me read
No playing pets.
We love reading.
Where do you go to school?
Mount St. Mary's.
What grade are you in?
2nd grade.
And what do you love?